Hey, what's going on, folks? Klutch here, and welcome back to the Farm Sim Show. Thanks for joining me today. Guys, we're looking at brand new mods for Farming Simulator 19. We're looking at some of the best and latest new mods that are PC exclusive for Farm Sim. Today, we're looking at some off-site mods that are PC exclusives. We'll take a look right away. I've got 3 of them to show you. And of course, as always, guys, you're gonna be able to find links to all these mods down in the description below. Of course, don't forget, folks, we do Let's Plays, we do live streams, and of course, we do the Farm Sim Show here on this channel. So don't forget to hit that subscription button, and you might as well slap that like before we get into it as well. Without that being said, let's jump over to it, all right? Let's go. So we're gonna start off today with a brand new New Holland tractor mod, New Holland TG Series, and we have a ton of options on this. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. It's only one tractor, but there's an absolute ton of options that have come along with this mod. So you can see here we've got, well, our usual duals with wides, nothing kind of crazy there. Over there, you've got the row crops, and like I said, there's going to be a ton of options. I'll go through as many as I can with you, but to be perfectly honest, there's just so many options. You'll have to take a look for them once you download it yourself. But you also have options for, well, you can see it on this one here. We have our extended turn indicators hanging off the edge. We have options for, as well, weights on the front. And of course, you've got the old version versus the new. So here's our new kind of decals on the side. There is the old style over here. We have a bunch of different engine options, of course, as well. We'll take you through those. But we'll need to jump into the store to do that. Before that, let's jump in the cab and take a look. Cab looks good. We'll fire this on up. There she goes. Sounds nice as well. We'll just go for a quick spin around the parking lot here. Gauges all seem to work. And she sounds pretty good as well. Now, there are some options here for opening doors, as well as the back window opens. There we go. So those are your 2 options for openable objects. But other than that, folks, very nice looking mod, a lot of detail to it. Looks very nice. So let's jump into the store. Like I said, we have quite a few options to discuss on this. It'll take us a hot minute to get through them all. So your base price is going to be at $100,000. 210 horsepower is base. 31 miles per hour is your maximum speed. So let's go through some of the options. Our configurations, well, that's just going to change our front weight. We can bounce that up and go from 500 kilograms all the way up to 2,500 kilograms. That's quite a bit. Only options, unfortunately, we don't have options for a front lift or a front loader or a front 3-point hitch either, which is kind of normal for a large tractor. Let's be honest, that doesn't happen for too many tractors, so I'm not surprised to see that. Now, we go into our design. We have our stock, or we have the extended extremity signs. There we go on the back. 2 options there. And then when we move into both, well, engine setup and wheel setup. Now, these guys are a lot. Let's go through some of them quickly here. So our engine setup are 210s, and we're still on the modern version. This is the kind of the base. So we said 210 horsepower was the base. What does it go to here? I think there we go. 305 horsepower, whereas that's going to max out. Now, if we go to the older style, 210 horsepower again. I think it's 305 once again. There we go, all the way to 305. And then lastly, we have the T series. So 220 all the way up to, where is it? The 320 horsepower with the T8050. Just be aware, if you want to maximize your horsepower, you got to go up to that T series. Otherwise, if you're just on the new style, the 210 to the 305, only going to get you 305 horsepower. Now, wheel setup. Like I said, there's a ton of options here, and it's a little confusing, to be honest. I'm going to work my way backwards. So typically when you go forwards, you're going to kind of get through them quickest. If I go backwards on this, you're going to get different wheel setup options. So you go back, you're immediately going to get up to your rear twins, wides with twins, I should say, and then up front as well. So this is kind of backwards for most setup. For whatever reason, they decided to set up this way. So you can see there we've had kind of normal stuff with weights, wides, of course, what you'd expect. But now we're going to get into, well, some row crops. And we have a couple here. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to start cycling because, guys, there's an absolute ton. And they just change the offset of the rear wheels and the front wheels for a lot of them. If I sit right here, you're going to be able to see kind of how it works. Like right now, there was 3 options there. There's just a ton of different options, and things just start kind of changing around slowly. So just be aware, there are an absolute ton of row crop options on this. It seems like they've gone a little overkill with this mod as far as row crop wheels. Like, there's just a ton. I'm going the same direction now. I think I've had to hit this about 20 times before we get back to the wides. It's kind of crazy how many there are, and I don't know what the reason is for that. If they're all the same, they all look very similar. There's just a couple that are offset and a couple that are not. I mean, look at how wide that last one was here. There we go. That's quite a span. But anyways, just be aware of that. There are both wides and row crops on this tractor. You just have to kind of cycle through them to find them all. It takes a bit. So there you have it, folks. Not a bad little tractor. I do like it. You can find this once again down in the description below. And for our last mod, guys, it's something I haven't seen before in Farm Sim, something completely different. It's a placeable forest. It's a randomized placeable forest patch. So it's a placeable object once again, but when you place it down, it just randomizes and builds a forest. Now, this has been down for a couple of days, and you can see we've got some decent growth on a couple of trees here. I tried to put down some hay bales that I had sitting around just to see, or some straw bales, just to see what would happen, if it would cause any problems, and it doesn't really seem to care. As you can see, trees are just kind of growing randomly around it. You know what? I don't think there's another way other than me just to do a quick time lapse, and we'll show you guys exactly how this works. So let me go build up some new ones. We'll go down to the far side of this field. We're going to place a bunch down. Now, once again, you're going to find this in the miscellaneous section of your store. There you go. Forest area, 20 by 20 renewable trees, 400 bones. So we have our placeable area. I'm going to put it right down at the end here. And let's just slap down just a schwack load right here in the middle. We'll just kind of build this up and see exactly what happens. Let's go like a 3 by 3. Nice little grid. Right, so perfect. All right. So there should be a nice little splotch. It's a technical term in case you weren't aware. Let's speed this up a little bit. You can see here now we've got a nice big spot right in the middle. Let's speed this up. It's going to take us a few days to get the trees to grow. It's more realistic than that, but I think after about maybe a week or so, we should have a full growth in this area, or a decent sized growth at least. I don't know how far it can possibly go, but we're going to find out. Let's do this thing. All right, guys, so that's about a week's worth of growth right there. Now, we are on normal growth rate, so it's a little lower than I was expecting, to be honest. I'm going to do this once again. I'm going to leave it where it's at, though. We're going to speed this up to fast growth rate, and we'll see what happens. We'll give it another 7 days, and we'll see if we get any more. All right, guys, that was a considerable difference. We sped that up to growth on fast. I guess that's what you expect. I just didn't know if it would affect the trees or not. But, I mean, look at some of these trees. That's pretty cool. So this is about, it was actually about 5 days, I think, with growth on fast after that first spurt of growth. So just be aware, if you want them to grow a little bit quicker and get a little more trees in here, put it on fast. Look at this. This is great. We've got a little bit of a forest going on. I got my light on here. We'll see if we can, let's go up in the air and just take a quick look around. But guys, not bad. This is kind of cool. So you're gonna get randomized trees throughout the whole area. I'm sure if we left this for another few days, these are all gonna grow up to this tall though. And that's gonna be a bit interesting because you're gonna have all these trees. In fact, let me see here. I placed a whole bunch down further there. You can see those ones. Those have all been full growth. Let's go take a quick look at that. So there's the original forest right here, guys. Look at how much this one's grown up. That is kind of crazy. So they're all, for the most part, they stop at this height. It doesn't look like they go any further than that. And they're all the same type of tree that grows in here. But you're getting a random sized, random looking forest area without having to really do any work. Of course, now to get rid of these trees, you're gonna have to chop them down. You can't just get rid of them. So make sure you're placing this in a spot that you're not gonna be affecting anything else, because you will physically have to come down and knock these trees down now. It's not something you can just delete. That is kind of cool. In fact, let me just double check. Since it is a miscellaneous option, let's go down. Is there anything? Look at this. Okay. So we can, does it get rid of the trees? No, it does not. Look at this. So we can get the trees to kind of build up, and then you can come back in and delete the ground area, and they won't produce any more trees, but the trees that are there will stay. Interesting. So that's a kind of a cool mod, something totally different. I like it. That is fantastic. But so anyways, guys, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for joining me once again today for the Farm Sim Show. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Of course, all the mods we looked at and talked about today, you can find links for them, well, down in that little description bar down below. Always put links down there so you guys can go check that out. Of course, don't forget as well, Curveland DLC package releases very soon. Guys, make sure you get the pre-order package. If you're looking for it on PC, you can find a download link for it down below as well. as well as any other farm sim DLCs or farm sim itself. You can find links directly to it there, and that helps support the channel. So thanks for that. Other than that, folks, I think we're done for the day. So I'm gonna head out of here. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Enjoy the video. You guys know what to do. Slap that like. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will chat with you next time. Cheers, everyone.